Do you see how I am? Do you see how I am? I act like I have nothing but time in the world. I do it all the time. Just put shit off and put shit off. And I do eventually get around to it. But yeah, I am a big procrastinator. Anyway, back to the bookshelf. Let's see, where are we? Let's go poetry, man. Let's go poetry. Because that is one of my first loves. I used to write back in the day. I used to write poetry and short stories. I used to get published in these things they called chapbooks or the little magazines back in the day. They called them zines. Got published in a shitload of zines and chapbooks. Used to give readings and all that jazz, man. The 90s, when you could be anything. It's awesome. But anyway, the first poetry that I really got into was actually in my social studies class. And we were talking about Taoism and haikus and all that shit. I can't remember that dude's name to save my life. I could see his face clean as day, and he had that serious Baltimore accent. But I remember we were talking about haikus and Taoism and all kinds of shit like that. And I was like, whoa, check that shit out. So I started getting into haikus and writing haikus. And then from there, I just started doing my own thing because I got into the poetry of the beat writers, Kerouac, Ginsberg, Snyder, my man Charles Bukowski, who they probably wouldn't accept into the beat canon because he was an outsider among outsiders. But in my opinion, he was definitely one of the beats. They just did not accept him because he was a little too real for those motherfuckers. Those Eastern College establishment beat writers. He was a little too fucking heavy duty for them. But anyway, so my poetry collection is a lot of Charles Bukowski. It's a lot of the beat writers, and it's a lot of Japanese and Chinese poetry. Love that shit. You see Marquis de Sade right there. Yeah, I get into some weird shit too sometimes. But we'll get into that kind of stuff later. But yeah, poetry, man. Go out there and fucking get some beauty in your soul. I got some Shakespeare too, but that's in the bookshelf in the other room. Let's see, there's my world poetry. I got another big volume of poetry around here somewhere that was gifted to me. But this is a good Charles Bukowski. It has one of my favorite poems in it called Dinosauria We. I may read that again. I think I gave a reading of that like when I started doing this the first time. And then I like zapped a bunch of my fucking videos because they were fucking with me. But anyway, yeah, man. Poetry. Dig it. Ray Strong, go park.